Hello, I am Lisa with lisafriendlinda.com, and I'm here to give you a background on what is crowdfunding, go over the different types of crowdfunding, and talk about how authors are using crowdfunding on Kickstarter and Indiegogo to launch their books. Are you ready to learn something? Let's go. Okay, crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project or a venture, a book, by a large number of people, each giving small amounts of money, generally over the internet. That's how it's done. That's how we're doing it. Now, what are the different types of crowdfunding? There are actually 4 different types of crowdfunding if you consult the internet. There's equity-based crowdfunding, where the backers actually get equity in your company after your venture launches and goes on its way. This is really good for startup businesses and small businesses. There's also debt-based crowdfunding, where it is what it is. People give you money, and then that is your debt, and then you have to pay off the loan at a specified interest rate over a specified amount of time. So instead of going to a bank, you would do debt crowdfunding and do it that way. Then there is rewards-based crowdfunding, and that is where entrepreneurs or small businesses offer rewards to their backers in exchange for pledges. This is the type of crowdfunding that you see on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and is what I recommend that all authors use. And then finally, there is donation-based crowdfunding, and that is where backers give money for nothing in return other than goodwill, a pat on the back, and a virtual thumbs up thank you. Now, I recommend that authors steer clear of donation-based crowdfunding for the simple fact that you're not a charity. Like, we're trying to build a business here. We're not trying to be a charity case, and really let's leave the donation-based crowdfunding for true nonprofits and for individuals who are in need of financial assistance. Not, I need financial assistance in starting up my business, then you should do reward-based, equity-based, or debt-based. But leave donation-based for the people suffering from wildfires and earthquakes and sudden deaths and rising medical costs and other disasters that are otherwise unpredictable. Your book is not a disaster that is otherwise unpredictable, so let's steer clear of donation-based crowdfunding. Okay, what crowdfunding is not. Crowdfunding is not charity. Like I said, we are not doing donation-based crowdfunding. We're going to leave that to someone else. And so therefore, we are providing valuable rewards to our readers in addition to the book. So it's actually a platform in which we can deliver all these extra things to our readers that we couldn't give to them if they bought our book on Amazon. Now, when someone buys your book on Amazon, you as the author have no idea who just bought your book. We are not privy to sales information, and so therefore all we know is that we sold 5 books. We don't know who we sold them to, where they were sold to, we have no idea. We know the marketplace, if it was .com or .co.uk, but that's it. We don't know if it was Sally Jane or Sally Sue. We have no clue. When you do crowdfunding, you know exactly who your backers are. And that is great because then you can follow up with them, you can get their mailing address, you can ship them things, you know who they are and they know who you are. So it's a much more intimate relationship a creator has with their backers than, say, I as an author have with my readers on Amazon. So it's a really great way to get to know your backers much better and to give them the opportunity to know you. Now, crowdfunding is not easy. And I hear this all the time from authors who discover this themselves. They're like, I had no idea this was going to be so hard. Yes, crowdfunding is basically a full-time job. Like, if you think about it, if you're trying to raise $10,000 in 30 days, you need to be putting in full-time effort into everything. When was the last time you made $10,000 in 30 days? Exactly. You're going to be hustling and working your butt off, and you just have to go into it knowing that. If you have a higher goal than $10,000, then you better really be ready beforehand so that when you hit the ground, you are ready to go as strategically as possible. And I hope you have a really large audience who's already familiar with crowdfunding, because you're going to need every positive thing on your side in order to get there. Crowdfunding is not something you can do alone. Crowdfunding is in the name, is in the title. It says crowdfunding. So you need a crowd, which means you need an audience, which means you need to build an audience of people, and you need to build an audience of people who will share with another audience of people and go and go and go and go on, right? So there are a lot of ways to do this where you can incentivize sharing, you can run referral contests, you can unlock a free ebook if someone shares your post. There's so much you can do to incentivize sharing, and I encourage you to do it all. Now, crowdfunding is not automatic. There is absolutely no one in the crowdfunding space on Kickstarter or Indiegogo who has ever just put up their campaign and then walked away from it and made tons of money. No one. Everyone has a plan beforehand that they are putting into place, and then they are working that plan every single day. They are meeting with people, they're hosting events, they're reaching out to new people all the time, they're giving interviews, they're constantly working during their campaign. So no crowdfunding campaign is automatic. Unfortunately, I wish that someone would just give me $10,000. Like, wouldn't that be great? Now, when is the best time to launch a crowdfunding campaign? Stay away from the first of the month. That is when a lot of people are thinking about rent and when a lot of bills are due. So stay away from the first of the month, maybe even the 15th of the month. You really want to time it so that you are launching on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then you're ending your campaign around 30 days later, as long as it ends on like a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Frankly, I would recommend ending on a Thursday so that you can do a big celebration on social media on Friday. But if you want to end on a Friday, that's cool. Just make sure that you're kind of ending at a time to give people as much in your audience of their day to back your campaign on the last day as you can. Now, building your campaign and doing all the research and getting feedback from people can take a while. So I would give yourself no less than 30 to 60 days to start planning your campaign. It's never too early to start researching, start planning, start putting out feelers, start making connections, start backing projects. You have to do it all, and there's a lot to do, so give yourself plenty of time. And remember, if you find yourself coming up on your launch day and you're just not ready, push your launch day back. Don't move forward, just push it back, because you would rather take an extra month and get it right than launch before you're ready and fail. Some authors are using crowdfunding to test the market of their book. So they have this idea for the book and they're not sure they're going to put in $7,000 to do a print run of this book. This is generally what I see with children's illustrated book authors. They have an idea for a book, but they don't have the money to a print run. And they use crowdfunding to have their audience members pre-order the book plus the extra rewards in order to fund that print run. So it's really cool because the backers are involved in creating the book, and that's what makes it extra special. Now, some authors launch their crowdfunding campaign to really promote their almost finished book. And this is what I did. I was almost finished with the book. All I needed to do was give it that big marketing push, and I used that to drive pre-sales and pre-orders of the book. Rather than doing a pre-order on Amazon, I just did it on Kickstarter. Either way, however you want to do it is up to you. There are different ways to test the market. It can be a great way to prove your concept, it can be a great way to reach new readers and engage with the audience you've already built. All right, so that was a lot of information. If you have any questions, please click the link below to schedule a free 20-minute session with me and get on my calendar to find out if crowdfunding your book is right for you.